The historic norm accepted for settlement. We find the historic annual norm for immigrants accepted for settlement in the UK from 1960 up until 1997 inclusive, when numbers changed dramatically. Folks, this is really, really cutting edge research. It really helps to put this whole thing into some kind of context. Here we explain the difference between long-term immigration and accepted for settlement figures. We explain how you get accepted for settlement, which is also known as indefinite leave to remain. We show why the figures are different from the annual entry figures. And here, in this very interesting table, we list the total numbers of people each year who were given settlement. And in this table here, we calculate the numbers and the average between 1960 and 1997. And for completion, we bring it right up until 2023. And yes, it was around about 120,000 given settlement in 2023, which is double the figure, the average figure for those given settlement between 1960 and 1997. And indeed, the yearly average of people given settlement since the Tony Blair New Labour year of 1997, the average every year since then, right up until last year, was 123,711, over double the average prior to Tony Blair taking power. Over double the average between 1960 and 1997 inclusive. And so converting this information into policy, we can say this. We can say that there was an average of around 60,000 people per year accepted for settlement in the UK in the period 1960 to 1997 inclusive, prior to immigration taking off. And we can use this figure as a guideline for numbers going forward. Either we can say that that's the figure we need to get back to, that's the historic norm, which should be the guideline for those accepted for settlement each year. And we can also say that this should also guide the annual long-term gross immigration figures of people allowed into the country in the first place, whether or not they are eventually granted settlement.